Alright guys, so before we get into this video, yes, I'm going to talk to you about foottrading.co.uk again. You guys have shown insane support on this, but you guys are making a lot of coins from it. So thank you for all the support you've shown on that. And again, hopefully you guys are continuing to make the millions you've been making. But for those of you who don't know what foottrading.co.uk is, essentially it's a website that was built by myself and Dan, aka V273, who is here, to bring together our knowledge of FIFA trading into one place where you guys can learn to trade, and we basically help you to trade. First thing to note is there are free trading guides on here. Anyone can use these. What are you waiting for? Go and check them out. They're completely free. It teaches you about trading with special cards, silvers, and icons. And they're comprehensive. Read them once, twice, 3 times. Learn how to trade with these cards, because not everyone can afford to sub to us, and we understand that. That's why we bring out the content that's free to help you guys out. It also has, for £10 a month, buying prices. This includes buying prices at the moment for over 1,000 special cards. Yesterday's update, I believe, I can tell you right now, had 1,054 special cards on there. It has buying and selling prices for both of them, for all of them, sorry. You cannot make a loss on them as long as you're following that. Silver prices on there, buying and selling prices for when we get silver supply, but every single profitable silver filter on this game is on the website. And icons, we had over 220, I think, yesterday. Icons on there, 230 it was yesterday. 230 icons with buying and selling prices for those cards. Again, I've been using it in the icon trading videos I've been showing you guys in terms of how to make coins. And also, when we think it's worthy and there's a point in doing it, we bring out Thursday flips. Thursday flips essentially can make you a lot of coins. I know someone last week, again, made, I think, 800,000 coins just off the Thursday flips alone by buying into a few of them and making quite heavy profit. That is tier 1. Tier 2 gets you access to live filters. Live filters, in my opinion, is the most OP thing on the website. When you guys watched my video and I bought into Santi Cazorla's, and obviously Cazorla took a massive hit, I made most of my profit, my loss back from that in 2 hours on live filters. I made 400,000 coins from one of those filters in literally 2 hours. It was insane. We also have a chem style calculator that we built from scratch, and a brand new feature we brought in is a thing called My Trade Storage. We built this from scratch. In fact, Dan built it from scratch, I'm not even going to lie. Basically what you do is you pop in your player name, the player rating, the price you paid, the sold price, and your profit you made after tax, which you can work out here. It tells you exactly what you get, and you submit it, and it will give you an idea of the profits you are making, allows you to keep track of how much coins you have made from the website or any other trades that you have made. But that's foottrading.co.uk, £10 for tier 1, £15 for tier 2, but there are also free guides on there that you guys can check out. Check it out, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. I say it all the time again, but it does mean the world to me when you guys show support on the videos, and it helps the channel to continue to grow in the way we have recently, which has been utterly mental. As always, if you want to watch me do this stuff live, get hints, tips, tricks, just talk to me, talk to people in the community, click the link down below, come over to Twitch. We are one of the fastest growing Twitch channels over there in terms of FIFA. An amazing community has been built over time, and if you want to join and get involved in that, we welcome anyone, as long as you're a nice person, of course. Exclamation mark Discord in my Twitch chat gets you access to my free Discord server. It costs you not a penny to join. It's always going to be free, no matter whatever happens, it'll always be free. So make sure, if you want to get involved in that, you get involved in it, and link. I think we've got 850 people in there now. We're pushing on to 1,000. And if I say so myself, it's not because of me. It's a brilliant community, and it's full of really great people. And that's because of you guys, not because of me. But yeah, if you want to join, completely free, get involved. But this is continuing the sort of way the channel's been going recently. So I want to keep bringing out the League SBC videos in the morning for you guys, because you guys love those and they help you guys. And so that's going to continue. The 5:30 upload every day, I sort of toyed about with content videos, but it's just not what this channel's about, really. The 5:30 videos I prefer to be trading, teaching you guys about what methods you can be doing to trade and make coins in this game, because that goes hand in hand with the League SBC method. You use these methods to trade, make profit. You can use that profit on League SBC method, or the profit here, just go and buy players that you want to buy. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I want to sort of do that, and then the evening videos will be sort of spattered with a bit of gameplay video or rate your teams and stuff like that. I'm still looking for more people to rate the teams. We've got like 4 or 5 episodes in the pipeline. Anyone that wants their team to be rated, all you got to do is either send it via Discord or Twitter, and we can make it happen. But the rated team videos, stuff like that, there'll be sort of different content as we go. But I've shown you guys so far this week how to trade with icons. Hopefully, if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch the icon video. It is, in my opinion, it's one of my favourite videos I've ever done. A lot of detail. I think it was a good explanation of how to trade with icons on this game. So if you haven't done it yet, go and check out the icon video. But I want to make sure we're covering all bases. And now this method I'm going to talk to you about today covers bases across the whole spectrum. Low to high budget. All of them without fail. It just depends on the coins you've got and the players you're going to be targeting. But I'm going to be teaching you how to do the method specifically and how it works. And sort of give you some examples of players that I'm using right now to do it with, so you guys get an idea of how it works. And This method is essentially trading with position change cards. And it's not going out and sniping centre forward in cams and cams and centre forwards. It's about trading with players that already have these applied to them. It is one of the most overlooked ways to trade in this game. Now, if you're a tier 2 sub on the website, you don't really need to worry about this too much, if I'm being honest, because we go and find you every single week some of the best players, and then sometimes the filters are position changes or their chem styles or whatever they are. We find you the best filters and you make bank of them every week. I know some of you guys are making millions out of them every week, but it's something we do on the site, and it's something that's got a lot of hype and attention and love in terms of live filters. Is those sort of filters that no one really thinks about. They just think, okay, cool, let me go and snipe up link investments to this player and whatnot. But there's a massive market in position change cards. Now, what do I mean by that? So what I mean, essentially, we're looking mainly at central players and mainly at the ones that are strikers down to centre mids and centre mids up to strikers. The most pronounced is striker down to centre mid without a doubt, because those position change cards have a value. They have a value. They're not cheap position change cards. They tend to be quite expensive. And so people don't understand that there's a value on those cards. So when it comes to buying cards that are position changes, you need to allow for the fact that that card has had maybe 5 to 7, 8, 9,000 coins spent on it to make it that position. It's worth more of a value. Now, this method isn't effective at 1 million coin pairs. No one really cares at 1 million coins. You're buying a 1 million coin player, there's no value to be made in allowing for the extra 9k, really. I mean, it's not no value, but there's less value. Really, here we're talking about your low end of the market, your mid end of the market, and pushing towards a higher end at a sort of like 80 to 90,000 coin range. So I want to give you the first example, and it was a live filter last week, and I had permission to use it, and it was Heung-min Son. Now, this has been rinsed a little bit, but it will be good into Weekend League again. But as an example, Heung-min Son is a striker in this game. Now, if you look on the market right now, Heung-min Son is, when I checked last, it was about 41,000 coins, give or take, when I checked before this video started. He is 41,000 coins exactly, okay? So that's what Heung-min Son costs, just generically. Now, if we go up a little bit more, we'll have a little look and go 42,000. How many's got 42,000? There's loads of 42,000. Even got some hunters here. These hunters have a value. They have a value. Don't ever forget that. But we look through, and there's none there that have that have CAM, CM, or CDM on them. So we'll go up a little bit more. And what we'll do actually is we'll set the filter here to make it easy. We'll just check. And what you're looking for is how many cards this player has got at CAM, CM, or CDM. So so it's got a 44 there, a 45, and a 45. Let's just search that quickly. Look at those. 2 hunters on them. Cool, perfect. And then CM, we'll have a little look. A CM, he's got 2 more again, 44, 45. And then CDM. None at CDM. So CM and CAM, he's got some, but none at CDM, okay? Again, CDM, this has relevance. This has relevance. And it's important you understand the relevance that this has. So right now, does he have any at all with CDM on him? He does. He has one at 51k with a hunter on him. So you've got an idea now that CAMs and CMs are about 44k for Son in terms of the cost of the card. But that's what's on the market at the moment. Remember, we are at the low of the market as well this week. The market's only going to come up into Thursday, Friday for Weekend League. So always be mindful of that. But that's what he is at the moment. But the card standardly sells for 41k. So what you can do is you can go, okay, cool, let me set my filter to 41k with that one that we've got. There's one at 41k at the moment. There's 40k there, striker hunter. That's actually not a bad buy either because the hunter has a value. But Son tends to get flooded a little bit of hunters. But what you can do is compare price back out on this card. And we're not going to pick one up now because it is 11:11 in the morning. But you compare price back out on this card until you see a CAM or a CM pop. And if he's at 40k, 41k, you can buy that. Now, 41k, for example, if you sold him for 45k, which you probably will at some point today, you'll make yourself something in the region of like, I don't know, 1.5k profit. Not really worth it for 40k investment. However, overnight, as I taught you in the icon video, overnight listing is OP, players rise overnight. So yes, he might be 44, 45 right now, but overnight, the card can get as high as 47, 48. So you can list them overnight for profit that way. But you're buying into these cams that people don't realise have a value at all. And the CDMs and the CMs, people don't realise that these cards have a value and you can make quite hefty profit out of it. And we're not talking little bits of profit out of it. We're talking at times, especially in Weekend League, you can make up to 10,000 coins a card. When I lost on my Cazorlas, this is what I did. I made 400k in literally space of 2 hours when the market was busy and I kept doing it. But right now, we're not going to see that many cards pop because it's 11:11 at night. But I will show you what I just picked up a minute ago. I went and picked up, when I was doing this before this video started, so give you an example, you can pick these cards up. I went and picked up a Son Heung-min, a CDM, and a CM. And I paid 42 for this one, and I paid 42 for that one. Now this one is a very nice buy, because he has none on the market. that are lower than 51k. So I'm going to list this card up for 50k and he should sell. Because some people specifically look for Son's CDM. Now, they don't need to. You don't need to buy a CDM. You could just buy the CM. It wouldn't be a problem. But one thing you need to know about this game, people are lazy. People are very, very lazy and will just buy them. This one here, I'm going to list for 46k. Yes, he's got some on the market for 45. Someone will buy it at some point today and I'll relist it and make profit out of it. But I cannot stress it enough in that sense. I can always say I cannot stress it enough and you guys always rip me for it. You just need to make sure that there's a decent enough gap between the centre mids and the strikers for those sort of players. Just saw Shearer, which is very, very nice in terms of making profit. So another example of it that I'm looking at right now, and this is one that can be good, but he's not good at the moment. But to give you an example of where you need to be looking, Marcus Rashford. So his normal striker card, at the moment, it's 4-2, I think, was what I saw earlier on. Yeah, so he's 4-2 at the moment. It's his normal striker card. Give or take, it might be 4-1 to be fair. There's one for 4-1 there. There's a cam there for 4-2. But what I want to go check now is how much he sells for the cams. Now, I know into weekend league he can get a little bit higher. So I'll have a little look at him now. And he's got one at 4-5 and he's got one at 4-2, okay? Now, again, I need to check up a little bit higher, 5,000. So is this 4-2 a good buy? Not really. You could probably buy the 4-5 and the 4-2 and make profit out of them eventually by selling them. Is it really worth your time? Probably not. But you can make decent profit out of it without a doubt. Like you can make profit out of it over time. Right now, this is one that wouldn't be good because there's not enough of a gap between a striker and cam. You want a bit more of a gap and a little bit more leeway. However, remember that overnight prices rise, into weekend league prices rise. You could potentially buy some of these cards. Look at Wednesday, for example. Buy some of these cards on Wednesday with the position changes. Hold them to a weekend league and sell them into weekend league. It works miracles. You can make massive, massive profit into weekend league as a whole market comes up. But Son's a really, really good one. Son's a really good one. But just think about all those sort of ones. The 40,000 coin ones. Werner's very, very good for this. Werner's sensational for this. Don't forget, though, as well, another important thing to remember is allow for hunters and shadows. Allow for the extra value you get from a hunter and a shadow. It's so important that you understand that when you are selling cards, hunters and shadows have value. Now, if a card is flooded with hunters, which Son can be, so I'm not too stressed about allowing for the value of him. If a card is flooded with hunters, it's sort of neither here nor there. But a lot of cards aren't flooded with hunters, aren't flooded with shadows, and you can make a lot of profit from them, especially shadow cards. I don't know what they're selling for at the moment, but they've been as high as 20k recently. I want to have a little look. Let's go to position modifier. No, not position modifier. I'm talking about chem styles, is what I want. Chemistry styles, shadow. I want to have a look at what shadows are selling for currently. Oh my God, why is it this is so jarring. I hate the menus this year. Apologies if you can hear the dogs barking and banging. We've got someone working on the gutters because they broke last night. And the dogs don't like the person that's outside. Cool, so shadows at the moment are 15,000 coins. They have a value of 15,000 coins. Doesn't mean when you necessarily apply that to the player, it has a value of 15,000 coins. But it's something to be mindful of. For example, hunters, I think at the moment are 6 or 7. And around that, yeah, 7k. So hunters have a value of 7,000 coins at the moment. So always allow for that value. But you just want to be mindful that if a player is flooded with hunters. So let's say, for example, if we look at Son. If we take Son as an example. Son Heung-min. And we go chemistry style hunter. Striker. In fact, we don't need to do striker. We just do standardly. Let's go. Like, he's already got, in and around that price range, loads at 42,000 coins. Like, he sells for 41. There's not really a huge value in these. However, cams to CMs, if you look at cams to CMs, how many have got them with hunters on them. So if you go cam and see how many have got hunters on them, you might see actually, even though he's flooded, Weeman Paddy, thank you for the follow on Twitch, bro. If you look at hunters and shadows, for example, now if you look here, again, he's relatively flooded with them there, so you can't really allow for the value. However, if these cards here were all cams and only one had a hunter on it, I'd be like, well, okay, I could probably overlist a little bit more because again, people are lazy. People go out, I'm going to buy it, the extra 3k for it, and they don't bother to search out and see what deals they can get. So something to be mindful of. However, it also works the other way around. Now, you've seen the card that I just bought a minute ago. It's Mateus Pereira. He's a high level. So if you've got high tier money, this is where he can work for you. But if we look at Mateus Pereira's card's value right now. So his TOTW'S card, I looked a minute ago, is 115k. Last I checked. Let me just quickly go to 15, just try and clear out the other ones. So his TOTW'S card's 115k. Now his TOTW'S card comes out as a cam as standard. He's 115k. Now if we look up a little bit more in here, we look at him a little bit more and we go, okay, cool. Let's look at him at 120. So he's got a striker there at 120, and the rest are 120, 120, 120, 115. Now, I got an incredibly good deal on this Matheus Pereira I just picked up. I picked him up for the sum of 103,000 coins because he was sat there. Just been there for like 3 minutes, and I picked him up 103,000 coins. I'm going to go list this card now for 117, 118, probably 118,000 coins. And I'm going to list them up. So 118,000 coins means after tax, I'm picking up about 10,000 coins profit on him. And he will sell. But there's something to be mindful and be wary of this. If he doesn't sell, I'm not stressed. I'm doing this on Tuesday morning. I'm not stressed if these cards don't sell immediately. I know into Weekend League they'll climb. Matheus Pereira last Weekend League got to 135,000 coins. And it's really easy to check all this stuff. You just check Footbin. Go onto Footbin, click onto the cards and have a little look at their daily graphs. And it just gives you an idea of what they did. So check the last week, for example. So you want to go onto Footbin and you want to look at what they've done over the course of last week. So, as an example, Matheus Pereira. This only gives you an average, so you need to rely upon the fact that you've got your own knowledge as well. And you start trading with cards, you start going, okay, I know what this card does because I trade with him, as I showed you in the icons yesterday. But it gives you an average. So, for example, here's his average on Saturday was 126. I know full well because I sold them on Saturday that he went for 136 on Saturday. But his average was 136 there. Now, he's kept steadily coming down, right? Throughout this week, he's steadily come down. But what will happen is this weekend, he will bounce back again. You'll see he'll go down, 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 bounce back, down, 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 bounce back, down, down, down. The whole market's going to keep coming down as we go. But it gives you an idea of what he gets to in Weekend League. You're like, okay, cool, well, 126 last week. Even if he gets back to 122, 123 this weekend, if I pay 103 for him and he sells for that, I made 15,000 coins on that card, I'm not stressed. However, he will sell before that. He will sell before that. In a better world, right there with that card, I'm going to clear stuff off. I'd have picked him up with a hunter on him, and that would have been even better because he'd have more of a value of a hunter on him. But it's about playing about with these cards and going, okay, cool, who else do we have in that range? I really like the TOTW'S cards are doing it. I think the TOTW'S cards are very, very good for going, okay, cool. What options do we have with the TOTW'S cards? Which ones can sort of be position changed? Which ones have any sort of hype about them? But also sort of the sweet spot for me in this is sort of those 30, 40,000 coin cards on the game that you think, okay, cool. They're the ones that make good value. They're the ones that you think, okay, there's a value still there because people don't spend a million coins, but there's still a value to be had there in the Shadow and Hunter. There's still a value to be had there in the position change, like a strong value. What do I allow for that? And then you just work around it. I'm trying to think of another really good example to give you guys now. Give me 2 seconds, I will check Footbin and give you another example of a very good player to do it with. But whatever you do not go out now and go, right, I'm going to do the exact same players that you've done, Fuzz, because they work for you. If you do that, you're going to absolutely rinse the filter and you're all going to get screwed over and you're not going to make any profit because you'll be flooding them at the prices and you won't make profit out of it. You have to start thinking for yourselves in terms of these things. I give you guys the tools. You then go off and go, okay, cool, I've got the tools to do this. Let me see that thing. I've shown you exactly what's good and what's not. So just be mindful of that and think, okay, cool, what else can I do? Who else can I look at? What leagues can I look at? And how do I make profit from it? Now, let me just have a little look at Premier League and see if you've got any decent ones we can look in the Premier League for. And it'd be interesting to see it. Let me have a little look. Someone's not too funny. Let's have a little look at Aguero. So Aguero's normal card, right? He's 89. So look at what he sells for standard. That's just like 37. Let's see if he's getting a bit lower on him. 36. So he is 30. There's a couple of hunter there. Right, so 2 things I do right now with this Aguero card. I look at him and go, okay, cool, it's about 35, 36k. First thing I'm going to go and do is check what he sells for with a hunter outside of these guys. Now, he might be another card that's flooded with hunter, so it might not make a huge difference. But let's have a look at what he does with hunter. To see how many he's got with hunter on him. So he's got a few with hunter on him. Not masses with hunter on him, but he does have a few with hunter on him. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's not really a huge value in sniping him up with hunters because he stays there. Now let me look at Cam. Let me look at how many he's got with Cam on the market. So none there. Cool, so from his 35 to here, there's quite a lot of a gap. There's, what, 4,000 coins gap, give or take, on Aguero with a Cam. And if I look at CM, how much good? No CMs. CDM. 39, 39. So you see, right, so he's got one there as well with Hunter on it. So again, I'm looking at about 39-ish K, give or take, on Aguero with a Cam. Obviously, you can allow, this guy here has not allowed for the Hunter because he doesn't have that many, he has got loads of strikers to Hunters. But then again, so then I'll even narrow it down even further. Now let me look at him with CDMs and Cams and whatnot Hunters on him. Let me just have a little look and see what we're doing. So there's one CDM with a Hunter on him, no more than that realistically. CMs with a Hunter on him, none. Cam, Hunter, none. Right? So that's a good sign. That's an absolutely brilliant sign. So when it comes to Aguero, I look at him, I go, okay, cool. Let me get his price up, and I'll look at 30 now. Again, I'm not going to snipe on it this time in the morning, but at 6 PM tonight, there's a chance it could be worth doing. I'll look at his cards here, I'm going to go, okay, cool. So he's got 34 on the market there. I'm going to compare price back out on him. And if any with Cam pop, I know I can send for 39. And I know if any with Cam Hunter on them pop, or CM Hunter on them, I can send them for even more than that. I can overlist even higher. And this is exactly what it's about. Now again, if you guys all go and rush Aguero now, which I know loads of you are going to go and do, you're going to screw yourselves over. Because what's going to happen is, you're going to be listed at the same price, you're not going to sell any of them. You have to do what I've just done there and work out, okay, cool, which ones are good, which ones aren't good, and that's how you're going to make profit. If you are tier 2 on the site, do not worry too much about going to find them yourselves, we'll find them for you. Again, you guys know the filters and how much coins you make out of those filters, but just be mindful of that. We compare price back out. I'll go for like a minute and see if we can pick one up. The best time to do this realistically is with content drop. Everyone on the game, everyone's selling cards, you can make a lot of profit with them. You also want to make sure that test it out at 6 PM, whatever you do. Because yes, okay, there's a lot of profit to be made in the cards that pop, but if it doesn't pop very often with CAM, CM or CDM, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because you don't want to be sitting there for an hour and 2 pop. You want to find one that's got a perfect medium between a decent gap and consistent supply. Now, again, I'm doing this at 11 o'clock in the morning. There's no one on the game right now, realistically, but very few people on the game right now. So it's just something to be mindful of when you're doing it. But we'll go for like another 30 seconds. We might get one. We saw one pop 33, but just none with the... I mean, that one was... that one there isn't too bad to buy boys into Weekend League. Also, remember, you can invest in these until Weekend League as well. If you want to buy them and just hold on to them until Weekend League, you can make quite a bit of profit out of them. Any chance? Any chance of where I want to pop? I want to go into one of them pops. Just until one card pops, so we can see how often he pops. But this is one that I'll be testing out tonight without a doubt. You guys will see this at 5:30. I'll be looking and seeing how often he pops with a cam to know whether this is a good filter to make profit out of. And don't expect the cards to sell immediately, but they do tend to sell within 1 or 2 relists. Sometimes you have to wait till overnight, but you will make profit out of it. Again, this will all be tempered by the fact that if you all go and do the exact same cards I've just shown you, you'll get screwed over in the long term. But it looks like it's going to be absolutely dead at the moment, this filter. There's look like there's a huge amount going on. But I will test it at 6 PM. I'll test it live on stream at 6 PM to see what we can get. Centre forward. No, I don't want that one. Centre forward pop though. You're not looking for centre forward. Remember, you are looking for CAM, CM, CDM. You don't want centre forward. See if we can get another one in any time soon. Someone's played him at CAM there with centre forward on him. That's the reason why he'd have a centre forward on him. Looks a bit dead right now, I'm not going to lie. But here's a good example of a card. Look at 6 PM tonight and see what happens with him. See if at 6 PM tonight you see a lot of them pop. If you don't see a lot of them pop, he's not worth it. Because you've got to make sure it's worth your time to sit on that filter and bang out one after the other, after the other, after the other. But these cards will sell. They always do sell. It just takes a bit of time, a bit of patience. There you go. Mateus Pereira and that Son both sold straight away. Easy as anything. Now Mateus Pereira I paid 103,000 coins for. Sold for 118,000 coins for, which is... Again, 15,000 coins profit, give or take. My maths is terrible there, I think, but it's about 15,000 coins profit. Maybe a little less, actually, I'm talking nonsense. Maybe 10,000. 10,000 coins profit, and that's on sold straight away. Up for 46k. Easy profit. It's not hard. I can also set enough at the end right sold as well, which is nice. But just get involved in it. Again, don't use the same players. Look around the market. See what's there. See what other positions there are. See what other cards there are. Make sure you're doing it both ways. Strikers down and centre mids up or CDMs up. There's a lot of profit to be made in it, and in my opinion, it's one of the best trading methods on this game because it is not rinsed. People don't think about it when they go to trade. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, please do consider subscribing down below. Clicking the like button, all that good stuff. Click the link down below, come over to Twitch, and check out FootTrading.co.uk for all your trading needs. There are millions of coins to be made on the website. But for now, lads, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.